in these calls and in my sessions, an avoidant said to me in session, I'm not going to say specifically, but some of them are actually aware of this. And I know that probably makes you guys upset, okay? So I'm not saying what he said, I'm saying a version of what he said, okay? A version. I'm not even talking about him. Just an example, but let's just call it a he, okay? He said, as an example, I want a situationship, okay? So I'm like, all right, write this example based on things I'm seeing. And I say, okay, that's very fair. You want a situationship with her. She wants a relationship with you. Why are you calling it a situationship? And he's saying, well, we're friends, but I want to see where things are going, but I don't want her to pressure me for the direction. So I want to keep it open-ended so that she doesn't get any ideas, like straight up, right? And so I will obviously come back and say, okay, so basically you want a slow relationship. And usually what they say is that's exactly what I want. But if I tell her that, she won't listen. And so interesting enough, some avoidants know that they're doing this, which I understand is going to make you uncomfortable. It's true. Some of them know. They want to remain connected because they want to be with you, but they don't want you to know their roadmap, because they don't want you to pressure them. And if you guys have broken up already and now you're demoted to friends, they might feel like, okay, I remember in our relationship, you pressured me. I still love you and I want you, which is selfish of them, right? I still love you. I still want you, but I want it my way. And so I don't want to tell you the blueprint, which is very unfair. And so what do they secretly want when they do this? I'm not telling you to do this, but I am giving you clarification, because if I'm having majority of consultation calls with this, I suspect there are other folks who need this as well, right? Who can't really afford the services. And so I'm going to try and give this as much as I can. Of course, I can't give specifics. That's what the calls are for, but I want to try. Usually what they want is they want you to rebuild connection as if you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever your situation is, right? And build a relationship without asking for the label right away. That's what they want. That means going on dates. That means massaging each other, right? Cooking, whatever it is, without breaking up with them and getting mad at them that you guys are staying friends. Because once you crash out and do that, it's harder to get back together. It can happen because a lot of times they will come back. Most of the time they do, but it just makes it take longer. It takes longer. And so usually that's what they want you to do. They want you to be okay with what their blueprint. I'm not saying it's good. And then eventually it'll become something that you wouldn't realize long term. Some of you guys are actually in a long-term literal relationship. It's called friends, or maybe it's undefined, but you're together for 5 years. That is a scary story for some people. But the interesting part is those people who are in those situations, or actually relationships, marriages, etc., because sometimes eventually it just turns into marriage. That's usually what happens. They stay in the situation. They never call you a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They just get married to you one day. That does happen, right? It does. And normally these people who are in the stage before getting married, they're actually okay with it because they believe the connection is building. And so if you feel like the connection is building and you can see that, it might be a good idea to stay in that situation for a little bit, just to see what happens. Push them, nudge them, and see if anything can be more giving towards you. That can be an option, okay? The next one is they want to see a shift in dynamic. So what happens is they want to see if you can pressure them less or give them clearer communication. So they might pull away or shut down or not reach out because they want to see you speak clearly. Because let's say, for example, you're mad at them and you're cutting them off. It happens. You're frustrated. You're done with this, relationship, and you deserve that. You deserve to step away if you need to. But what happens a lot of times, you guys want them to reach out and come back. And so they know that. A lot of them know that. And so what they're actually hoping for is you can clearly say that. If you can say that, a lot of times they will give you what you want. But if you're expecting them to just know that part, they're not going to give in because they want to see you communicate more clearly, because otherwise it's hard for them to want to stay in that relationship. So that's what they're hoping for that one. The next one is that they hope that you can try to see that what they're doing is enough for now, because it motivates them to give more as time goes on. I know a lot of you guys will not like a lot of the content of this video, but I made it because it's true. And I know I'm not saying for you to bend over backwards. Maybe it feels like that, and I can respect that. If you don't want to be with an avoidant, don't. But if you feel like, what's happening? How do I fix this relationship? You might want to try some of these. It might work. And so often they want to see that you can accept where they are right now, but I'm not saying for you to stay that way. I want you to push them for more, but I want you to tell them you accept it for now so they can feel less pressured. So let's say you have a female avoidant, right? And she is emotionally open to you. She tells you how she feels. She's connected to you. You guys hang out. Maybe there's no intimacy yet. There's no physical intimacy, but maybe there's kissing and hugging. Sometimes maybe you guys were intimate like once or twice, but it's really not that common. And she calls you a friend, but she hangs out with you a lot. What a lot of you guys do, an example, is you think, okay, why is she not my girlfriend yet? She's not dating anyone else, so I know that's not the issue, but she's not calling me her boyfriend. So I'm her boyfriend, but she's not calling me a boyfriend. And you'll think, okay, this is not enough for me. And you're right, you deserve better. But if you want her, right, you can't get both, at least not in this reality, right? The reality is sometimes you got to give and take. That's just life, right, with everything. And so often a good technique with this one is to accept where she is right now and then talk about it and motivate her more. I really like our connection. I'm really proud of you that you're able to connect with me. I'm really proud of myself